Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to DADBEAR DIY and a spontaneous stream. One day at a time, a Space Engineer Survival playthrough series. Woke up, got my morning routine done. Enjoying my bean juice. And started looking at what my plan for the day was, and either because I'm getting older or just getting more forgetful, I can't think of anything I had really needed to get done today. So, being kind of bored, I was like, well, shoot, I'll get on, stream some. I don't know how long we'll be streaming. I don't know if we'll actually end up doing 2 different streams. That is a possibility. But, we will see. So, all updates for this series. We got in, and I did make, I finally did make some adjustments to the settings. I have increased the personnel inventory size to match what we've got in our Let's Make Contact series, hopefully to help expedite some things when it comes to building and grinding and having to make so many trips back and forth. I also, in both series, went back through the mods and I added some mods. I haven't removed anything, but I have added some mods, mostly NPC mods or ship fleet mods. Anyway, we'll see if any of those come in. One of the ones I did add was the IMDC Encounters mod, which is relatively new. I'm kind of interested to see how that works. Find out if we got anything coming from that. So, as far as this series, the last thing that we were doing, we had worked on the helicopter, and if you look down the bottom right, you can kind of see that we've got those 2 loose batteries we had that we had salvaged have been placed over where they are going to be the bases for some wind tower. I have one of the things I did add was the stackable wind turbines. So we should be able to use that. Might have been on the Let's Make Contact side. Anyway, we're going to be putting stackable wind turbines over there. That's what... This is just kind of free play today. There's a few things I would like to get done. I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of... I might be working on the grinding down the Wardlothian over there. There are going to be components we are going to want to salvage from that. When I say components, I mean actual grid blocks. So we'll see. But let me show you what I did with the helicopter. Because I decided to go in and check out the original blueprint and talk about that and give creator of that a little bit of a showcase. But I added the rotor assembly for our Black Hawk helicopter. Now, I do not plan to use this helicopter in any kind of combat sense. This is going to be a cargo carrier. Like, when we need to pick something up and bring it, this is, you know, something that's reasonable size. It's not going to be anything huge. But this is what we're going to use. So, let me jump in here, and I am going to demonstrate the rotors just so you can see them, and then we're going to take a look at the original blueprint for this in the workshop and give the creator some love. There you go. Really, really cool. I was a little concerned that Space Engineers Physics was going to make using these rotors like this make the platform unstable. It does not. It does get a little weird when you see that when you with the camera. You get close to the kind of gets a little weird. But that's it doesn't affect anything as far as flight or whatnot. And I used this helicopter to move those batteries and bring them over and place them on the grid over there. And I found that what I thought was a weakness before in the limited lateral thrust that we have. So the left to right thrust, we only have, I think it's one thruster on each side, one small thruster. Yeah, it looks like just one. At first I thought that was going to be an issue, and I was actually considering trying to find, you know, a place maybe to put an additional thruster. But I'll be honest with you, it actually makes it seem to fly more realistically like a helicopter. So that's what I'm leaving it as. So anyway, let's take a minute to look at this. So this is the HDI, heavy duty, I think it's Heavy Duty Industries, Blackhawk. No, it's Hephaestus Defense Industries, my bad. Bronze class BH-488 tactical insertion transport helicopter. This is made by Severs. I don't know how old it is. I'll be honest with you, I don't really care how old it is. I think it's a great design. And this, of course, showed up as part of our what is the word? The wreck detector pings that we see. And I forget which faction that is. Well, the faction is Rex. But as far as what mod that is, one of the NPC-ish mods that we've got in the game. But I just wanted to take a minute and show you guys this. I think it's awesome. Let's take a look, and I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm pulling up. It doesn't look like you can. No, you can't. Okay. Severs does have a workshop. Let's see if there's, I don't know what else he might have. So, but check it out. It's great. I just really wanted to give Severs a proper showing for this. Really well done. I think it's a very well done helicopter. So, like I said, we're going to use this for moving small grids, or maybe single large grid blocks that we can move. I'm not really sure what the limit is going to be on the carrying capacity, so we'll see. That is new. Again, I added some new factions. Let me do it real quick. Let's see. So we got all these guys want peace. That's fine. Yes, I am proposing UTC military. Hey, 1701, good to see you. There's Rex. Let me It's not letting me set piece. Odd. Okay. Anyway. So we may have some new faces showing up. Let's take a look at this airship. Because I do love looking at other designs. There we go. Oh well. Kind of neat. Let's take a look. Cool. Got some teeth. Yeah, that's definitely got some teeth. Nice design. I think definitely the approach angle I think is going to be. Wow. Yeah, we could approach this right here, and unless this missile launcher is set up to fire at characters, that would mask us from the other. Very cool. Neat looking. Awesome. Anyway, so because I don't really have a plan, I didn't have a plan to stream today. A couple of the things that I will go ahead and do since we're on is I want to go ahead and start building. We're going to build the wind turbine towers, and I think what I want to do is we are probably going to go pick up the small grid surface rover that's over at the outpost. Bring it back so we can start working on it. I have also been considering, you can see Bailey's Folly there in my crosshairs, that abandoned settlement over there. I have been considering going and instead of salvaging those individual grids and units that are over there, possibly relocating them, because a lot of them are habitat structures and that sort of thing, and us building kind of I'm not going to say a city or a village, but like a community area around our base. So again, that has been, like I said, I'm not necessarily looking at building it, like I said, a city, but I do kind of want to lay out our base area because this is our main base for the planet. I mentioned defense towers. You know, we want to have a defensive perimeter set up. We are going to have to consider our resource collection. I don't want to tear the surface up too much. So we may be heading down to the underground area. I won't be on long. Okay. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, 1701. I know everybody's got their own lives. They got busy stuff to do. I'm just thankful you took the time to stop by at all. Thank you. I appreciate it. What I'm thinking of doing is perhaps we can continue to dig down, or since we're significantly underground, we're pretty good ways underground, we may dig out to do more resource collection. And again, you can see we've got ice just on the other side of this space. So, and I've got some work to do in here. This is going to be the maintenance access for this space. So we'll want to put a door in here, of course. And then I want to put in some catwalks, some stairs, so that personnel can get down, you know, and access and perform maintenance in this space as needed. So, but I think building out from underground is going to be the best way for us to continue to collect resources, and at the same time not just annihilate the surface. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. Let's go ahead and get our build planner set up. Here are turbines. There they are. And we're going to want I'm probably going to start with six of those, 3 on each tower. And we're going to want to place those. I think we'll use the cylinders. So let's go ahead and grab some interior plate. Five. What's that? Go ahead and start that. Should not take too long to make these components. Yeah, absolutely. Shane Smith. I actually knew a Shane Smith. You wouldn't happen to be prior Navy, would you? And thanks for stopping by, Shane. I appreciate it. I really do. And I will definitely, I'll let that do its thing, and yeah, I'll show you the ships we got outside. Wow, now you've really got my curiosity piqued if you're former Navy. 87 through 91. Okay. Different Shane Smith. Different Shane Smith, but I'm tickled to death. Thank you for your service. Awesome that you stopped by. Thank you. And I'll show you the ships we've got outside real quick while it's finished making. This here is a Triton. This is captured from the Parallax faction. And then over here, this is a Ward of Lothian. And it's I've ground some of it away because that's what we're going to be doing with this this ship. We're going to be salvaging this ship for components. I've started grinding it away, but this was captured from the Parallax faction, and this is one of my favorite ships. So neither one of these two big ships are my design, and neither is the Black Hawk that sits down there. We just kind of did a spotlight on the creator of that, but these fantastic ships. The Triton again was a Parallax faction, so these are both captured. We've actually captured several Ward of Lothians, and if you look right over there, that's actually an asteroid that's up in space. And the reason we can see it is because our mothership is actually parked up there. So we've come down to this planet, which is Sapramentus, and we're doing some planet side work. Trying to find planetary encounters, but these are two really cool ships. When you see, if you see what we've done with the Ward of Lothian, when we get back up to the mothership, Actually, I can show you quickly with the entity list. Triton has been a very useful utility ship. It does have a refinery, and it does have an assembler. So it's got basic functions. Been, I think, yeah, that's the refinery right there. So these are great little atmospheric ship. The Lothian, of course, is space worthy. It's got ions. It's got hydrogen. It's a Hoss. So give me a second here. I'll show you what we've done with. Do a quick. So this is our mothership. This is what's up at the. This is what is up at the asteroid that you're seeing. And if you look closely, you can see we've got actually 2 Ward of Lothians that we have integrated and joined with a blunderbuss, which is another Parallax ship. If you've ever played with Parallax faction mods, you will see that once you've angered them enough, they will you will get these dangerous encounter spawns, and they're kind of like boss fights. Ward of Lothians, blunderbuss, and up here at the very front, forget this blue and black thing up here. Right here, this is a Thunderhelm, which has been integrated into the blunderbuss also. So this is our mothership. This is our home ship. So, but let's see. I loaded in the Parallax MES mod. It's cool that it's in this. Yeah, these are. So these 3 ships that were used to make this whole thing. You got the Ward of Lothian, the blunderbuss is in the center, and then the very front of the ship is a Thunderhelm. These are their kind of boss ships. These are the big ones. They've got some other great ships, but these are the heavy hitters. The Thunderhelm and the Ward of Lothian are kind of, to me, are the most useful. The blunderbuss is, I mean, it's huge. Don't get me wrong. It's big. It's got its place. It's got some cool features. But it seems to me that it's not as complete. Here. It's got this pass-through hull. Like, this is the end of the Thunderhelm. So the Thunderhelm is kind of blocking the opening that was here. Neat features. And it's got a ridiculous amount of refinery capability. Those are all refineries on both sides. And then you've got these hydrogen tanks, of course. But anyway, it's a neat ship, but it seems a little empty, wherein the Ward of Lothians and the Thunderhelms are pretty awesome. Those pretty awesome builds. So have they been 1.2 updated? I'm not exactly sure what the 1.2 update would be. Let's see. Are the blueprints on a projector, or did you have to go to the workshop? I captured everyone. I captured these. I have blueprints of them. I have blueprints of them as they originally are, and then I actually have this entire thing blueprinted for, so that I can repair as needed. But pretty serious changes had to be made to the Ward of Lothians to turn these into kind of nacelles. You can see we don't have. You have 6 pods, hangars. We jump back down to the ship. You see these pod hangars on the side. There's 6 of them, so you got 3 on each side. We pretty much had to get rid of all but one of those because joining these together, you lose some of the directional thrust. But like I said, yeah, these are outstanding designs. Parallax to me is a great faction. I like them a lot better than Ember. Ember's, they've got some neat ships, but some of their stuff, that little blue and black section you saw on the top, that's an Ember ship. It was, Parallax and Encon, the independent contractors faction, is my other favorite, and they're just harder. I'm going to say they're harder for me to capture. I haven't caught as many of them, so. But yeah, these are really awesome ships. I feel like they add, you know, they add something to the game. You're not, you know, the whole space doesn't feel as empty, sort of thing. And at the same time, they're not overly aggressive. If you leave them alone, they're not going to mess with you. If you get too close to them, they're going to defend themselves either way. So, yeah, I love capturing ships. That's the way it goes. So. And like I said, Parallax just has a really good fleet. They really do have an awesome fleet of ships. So some of them are definitely better than others. The Obentide is a great ship. Has its limitations. There's another one. I'll remember it. Spirit of Le Monde is another good one. Again, has its limitations. You like baiting them with a beacon. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is what we've been doing. I've got another fantastic ship. Actually, since I've already talked about doing this, I want to go pick up a small grid surface rover that we've grabbed as a part of the Rex. The Rex mod. Go ahead and let's grab here, and we're gonna go pick that up, and I'll show you another incredible design ship that I have absolutely fallen in love with, and I am currently working on, although it's taking longer than I had hoped, a standalone survival series that is kind of centered around that ship. And it is, it's called an Atlas. It is amazing. I have modified it slightly, so it's not the original build, but I'm not messing with the original design purposefully too much just because I like it that much. So I do not have aerodynamics enabled. I do not. Displays. Yeah, I've watched some people do it. It would be neat to learn it. What do we got? Stormfire. Sorry about the bumping, guys. Let me back up. There we go. Stormfire. Better not be. That's an awesome ship too. Big. Incon is they are a tough NPC faction. They are no joke. Their countermeasures that they have on board are legit. Shane, if you've played with Parallax, have you played with any of the other kind of more well-known NPC factions like independent contractors or Ember. They're all kind of related. That's why I'm asking. And if you have, I also want to ask if you've also pulled up and used the Trade Operators Coalition mod. See, we're getting a note from the Ember commander that's saying the area is off limits. If we look over here, you see that dangerous Ember encounter? That's kind of a boss fight. So that's where, when we get one from Parallax, again, those 3 ships that I showed you will mostly, those are the 3 that you'll get. Reavers, oh my goodness. This screams. Reavers, you know what? When it first came out, I played it for a few times. And they just, and granted, I haven't played them much since, just because I had so much work just absolutely destroyed by Reavers that I'm not going to say it ruined the game, but it really affected my enjoyment of the game. So I stopped using Reavers for a long time. That is a crazy mod, and I think now that I've got more time under my belt, because I think I'm getting close to 8,000 hours in this game. I could probably go after Reavers a little bit more, but yeah, they're nuts. As far as the Trade Operators Coalition, okay. Oh yeah, the orcs are. I haven't played with the orcs, but I am familiar with them. But yeah, the Trade Operators Coalition. If you play with Parallax, Ember, and Encon, your independent contractors, if you do not include the Trade Operators Coalition, you are sorely missing out. Sorely missing out. They're not an enemy NPC. They're a neutral NPC. But they allow you to, Trade Operators Coalition allows you to sell ships as scrap. So if you capture a ship, you can sell that for space credits, which is great. And on certain, it's not all Parallax, Ember, or Encon ships, but on certain ships that are large enough, you're going to find a terminal on there. It's called a research terminal. And when you click on that, it gives you a research point. And with space credits and research points, you can buy suit upgrades. Suit upgrades that protect you from jetpack inhibitors, drill inhibitors, personnel suppressions, energy suppression. And that makes pirating Parallax, Encon, and Ember a lot more fun. A lot more fun. So, and it allows you to play, you know, I'm not like talking like, you know, role playing the pirate, but it actually kind of gives you a reason to pirate. It's like, I pirate because I want to make a bunch of money. Absolutely. I mean, we've got, I've got billions in space credits right now, just because I capture ships. Now, I don't capture neutral ships. I don't capture friendly ships. I go after Parallax, Encon, Ember, space pirates, you know, wrecks that are out there. That's the sort of stuff I go for. You know, salvage, that kind of stuff. So it adds a great element. Let's see. Am I always streaming this early? No. This is a somewhat spontaneous stream. I'm actually retired Navy, and I got up this morning after drinking my coffee. Was like, okay, what do I need to get done today? And realized I had not really planned anything for today, so it's like I might as well go ahead and stream. I usually I'm in the central time zone of the U.S., so I normally stream at normally around noon. Yeah, retired. Yeah. Yeah, retired chief. I retired in 2017. So. So yeah, this early morning. This is way earlier than I usually do. So. I'm going to tell you what I started as. I was an electronic warfare technician. Right. We are getting to our spot here. I got 19 minutes left. Man. Oh. Okay. Go. Come on. I have to build a connector. Well, I was I had a lot of friends that were QMs and ETs. Yeah. Pushing it there. I need to, while I'm here, I need to throw a connector up here that I can use. This bad boy goes through some energy. Of course, I haven't had him like fully charged. So there we go. Turn off our rotors. Off. All right. Let me I don't think I've got any material here too. That's the crazy thing. I have to do some digging. This is the Atlas. And this is one of my new favorite ships of all time. This is what we actually traveled down to the planet's surface with. I found the chopper as a wreck. It was wrecked, and built it up, repaired it. So, yeah, this is the Atlas. Love this design. I'm absolutely in love with this design. It's got some Prototech batteries. I swapped out regular batteries with Prototech batteries. We've got, does have a survival kit. I don't think we really have that much. know if we got that much. I probably don't need to be using hydrogen there. I don't. Getting off planet is going to be a little difficult with this guy. It also has a cargo area. And this is, you can see I've put in a Prototech ion thruster in here with plans, of course, to put a second one in here once we grab that. Once we get one, we'll put that in there. But this is the, and I haven't messed with the paint design that I originally caught this with. But yeah, this is just it's an awesome ship. Love this ship. So I'm working on a survival series that's kind of centered around this platform. Go ahead and lock that. The only other change I've made to this is this used to have movable flaps back here. And you talked about the aerodynamics mod. Man, it can make the creator of this says it's like it can make landing this thing really interesting if you use the flaps and stuff back here. But this is awesome ship. I need to build, let's see, I don't have any. We should have put those up. This is what I get in a hurry. This was a planetary encounter we came across when we first got here, and it's the only one we've come across so far. It's a logistics drone. We control that from here just to do scouting. So let me see if I've got, I don't think I've got Prototech components. See, I didn't even pick any of this stuff up. Should have girders, yeah. Don't think I've got any tools. That's the thing that's gonna suck. Yeah, crap. There's nothing I can build with here. Ah, okay. That sucks. So we're gonna have to take the Blackhawk back. Let me see what we got. Yeah, the flight seats on the Atlas are awesome. Taking the build of ammo for my spaceships. I like a cradle. Yeah, I notice the aerodynamics doesn't like my ship designs, so they tend to nose up. Yeah, I can't. I've got a few of my designs are like, I know for a fact. Like, I can think of one ship I built that it would absolutely be terrible. That was the Boll Weevil. Yeah, I would not like that. It's a brick. We're gonna go ahead and get back to. I'm not gonna bother trying to. I wanted to try to get this. I don't know if I've got enough power right now. Yeah, I don't know if I've got enough power to turn these lights off. I don't know if I'll be up. You know what? I'm gonna try. This is what we came over. There's a. Where'd you go? Where is he? He's walked away. The only thing I changed about this was I added this cargo hook. We're gonna call it a hook. It's not really a hook, but you know. Yeah, I got bricks are tough. This is which episode? This is, I think this is our 53rd episode of this playthrough, and it's only been the last few months that I've been doing streams. Previously, they were all recorded and edited videos, but my editing software is owned by the same company that owns TikTok. So when the TikTok ban went into effect, I lost access to my editing software. So I started doing streams. Golly, I hope I can get this thing back. This is going to be a tough. So if you go back, if you go to the One Day at a Time playlist and you go to one of the recordings, I wouldn't go to the first one just because I know the playlist changed, or the mod list. Be able to get this up? Yeah, I can do this. Okay. We're going to try to get this over to back to the base. Let's get you that going that way. Okay. This is the one that's going to kill the flight time. The up. Let's do it and get it done quick. Okay. Start moving forward. There will be a link to the mod list. Yeah. I do have all of the recorded files, and they're still on YouTube, so it's not, it's I didn't really lose anything, but the that bouncing from the rotors is a little annoying. Should be able to get there. Yeah, that's yep. Black Hawk and a Chinook had a baby. But yeah, and I'll be honest with you, while there's certain like a lot of my streams have turned into 2+ hour streams. And I'll admit it's hard for me to watch. Sometimes it's hard for me to watch that sort of length, but being able to actually interact with people, because I like this, I like getting input from people who watch the videos, you know, suggestions, because especially when it comes to like names and that kind of stuff, and you know, like, well, what should we do next? This whole series was based on viewer input. You know, it was, all right, we're going to play for an hour, you know, and after you've watched it, you know, let me know in the comments what you want to do next week. That was the whole basis of this series. That's how it started off. So, I love the interaction. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful here. But it's my girl's birthday. I've been up since early, baking and drinking Irish coffee. Well, that's awesome. Happy birthday to her. I need to pull this slightly over this way. Yeah, I like getting input, and the streams, if nothing else, have allowed me to interact more real time. Met some great people, and so while I still have access to my editing software, streaming has allowed me to put stuff out more spontaneously, like today, right? And I've enjoyed that. The editing software. I also have another YouTube channel that actually, this DADBEAR.Downtime is an offspring of my original channel, which is DADBEAR DIY. And of course, you can't stream DIY videos, so I'm using the editing software mostly for that right now. So, boy, this is going to be close. I'm hoping we can make it. I'm hoping we can make it. Let's get some thrust. Yeah, we're gonna barely make it over this hill, I think. Once we get on the down, or we can nose down a little bit, we'll be okay. But right now, I'm not digging this. Yeah, I'm flying back to the base right now. This little contraption that I'm bringing back is another wreck that we found. It's a surface rover. I want to rebuild it. And I just want to do it. I want to kind of set things up over at the main base more now. So once I get the infrastructure and everything done, and we start gathering enough hydrogen, I'll plan on bringing the Atlas over. In the meantime, I still want to explore the planet. I want to find these planetary encounters. I'm going to say I've had relatively low success of finding planetary encounters. So, yeah. Yeah, being able to tell sea level would be huge. Especially when you're using Atmos. Nose down just a little bit to get speed up. Get up to 100 and level out. I would be more than happy with that. See, this is the place I want to come back and try to, like, maybe bring some of these buildings and stuff back over to the base. Yeah, yeah. I actually had to go into MES and adjust spawn rates for some things, especially early on in this series, just because I was getting flooded with assert like all the time. I mean, they were just clogging up the space. It was terrible. So no, I have not that I. No, I don't believe I have. Now we can nose down. Don't need to nose down too much, because slowing this thing down is not easy, and we're gonna be low on power. So 12 minutes. We won't have any issue getting that far in 12 minutes, but slowing down is going to be the big issue. Control the amount and type of contacts if you add the advanced component to your grid. I've only made the adjustment one time, and it was just really because and it was simple, you know. It was like, okay, so initially, you know, the initial setup was if you moved more than 2,500 meters or something like that. Once you traveled 2,500 meters, it would spawn something else. Like, no, it's too much. They were coming up everywhere. And,
ship fuel low.
Come on. Slow.
Ship fuel low.
Sorry, let me try to get this.
Ship fuel low.
Let me get myself slowed down here.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
Let me get this landing. I'm still learning how to fly with this helicopter, so a little bit different than. I really don't want to lose this grid.
Ship fuel low.
Seven minutes? What do we got over there? Defense installation. Defense installation. Ember? The only good thing about that is that we won't have, or that there's going to be some stuff. Should have some ammo. Stuff like that.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
There we go.
Ship fuel low.
Bring it down slow.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
Really need to get a connector set up on the top.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
I need engine on. Yeah, we're out of. I don't understand how we're out of hydrogen. Let me check our hydrogen tanks real quick. I don't know what we're. That one's empty. That one's not. That one's full. It's not on stockpile. Hydrogen engines should be getting plenty of power. You're not getting anything. Or they should be getting, I don't know, we must have a conveyor problem. Okay, check that out. I'll show you guys a little trick if you're not familiar with it. Hold on a minute. See, everyone play with AI enable. Yeah, I love the AI enable mod. Use it all the time. Gosh, add MES. Yep, got a jump. I subbed. So I'll catch you later. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it. I'll see you later. You be safe. Alrighty. Thanks for jumping in. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the sub too, man. Alright guys, so if you've got build info as one of your mods, here's a little trick. You can check your conveyor routing and make sure that you've got proper conveyoring to all your stuff. You hit return to go into chat. You do /BI for build info and then space CN. It will show you your conveyor routing. So here you can see where, you know, you can tell if you got stuff like broken conveyoring, that sort of thing. Like here we can see that our you call them Gatling guns are good. Of course, our rocket pods don't need anything. What I am concerned about is right here. What do we? That's a parachute. That is. I want to say those are tanks. There's no connection between that is weird. Let's find out where our tanks are. Now remember, I found this helicopter as a wreck, so it may have things. I thought I had everything fixed. And all of these tanks, where are they? They're up front. How are these not? All of those tanks are in the nose. Huh. Okay. So if those tanks are in the nose, there's a unwelded block. Two unwelded blocks in there. Maybe down here too. Don't have, right now we don't have a way to refill those hydrogen tanks. All of these, we have to find a way to connect these. Have to. Okay. So that's the small side. That's the large side. Okay. I think these Those look like armor blocks. All right, I have an idea that we might be able to, first of all, at least connect the blue line back there with our survival kit. I think I can do that. It's figuring this out is what's going to get me. How do we get this down to the tanks that are down here? There's a block there. Block. Evidently, I've missed some of these blocks still, so. Yeah. So we'll have to work on this. We'll have to work on this. I'll have to get that figured out. Oh, okay. So to clear this, all you do is you hit enter to open the chat block again. You hit the up key to do the previous command, hit return, and it turns it off. That's all you need there. All right, so now we've got all this material that we pulled off from... We had some girders building in there. Let's get our stuff started. Our wind turbine towers here. I'm looking for... There we go. Seven, 8, 9. Do 9. And then we're going to do 3 turbines each. This, I think, is going to take care of any power deficiency issues we have. Top one's always going to get the best, unless it's blocked by something, but it's always going to have the optimal airflow, so that's where we start there, so we start getting the best power. All right. Looks good. We're going to go in and we're going to check. We're going to do a quick check here at our air vents, since we can. Turbines. This is the lower one. Optimal. All right, we're getting 457. All right, we're getting optimal wind. Awesome. Or optimal power output. Good. That's going to make sure that our batteries stay charged. And once we get... I think the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have a defense tower out there. I'm going to have to set up some sort of charging station here for the Blackhawk. It's going to have to come from here. All right, so we're going to grab some steel plate. do I have? 5,000? Let's see. Right there. That's not where. Helipad on the roof would kind of make sense and be nice and everything, but I just don't. I didn't want it to go that way. Okay. I'm gonna bring the helicopter over here. I'm gonna just throw a temporary power charging spot. Not what I was originally thinking of doing here. It's going to be temporary. We'll be able to throw a connector on here. Ground, nope. Put one on the ground here. Go. So it's at least stabilized. Need to be about the middle. Not exactly in the middle, but about in the middle. To the right. That one out. Throw our connector in there. Let's go ahead and make a different color here. Oh, I don't want orange. Yellow. Let's do that. Let's make it easy to see. Wrong button. Go grab the components. What have we got flying by? Another Mulgara. Mulgara. We actually just caught one of those on the Let's Make Contact series. An interesting little ship. Not bad. It's really not that. Whoa. The serious temporary affair supply will result in hostile removal from the area. Where are you? Oh, that's new. Oh, we might have to go upset them. Just see what happens. So I'm just going to do that willy-nilly. Change this. No parking ever. Change this to... Let's do that again. Instead of 1.5%, we're going to go 0.5%. Okay. Sorry. That way it doesn't suck us into the ground and kill us. All right. So now the idea is to get the helo over to that connector without wrecking. There's the connector. We are okay. We're still burning power. I'm not sure how we're burning power, but we're burning power. 24%. We must be out of uranium. Gotta be out of uranium. Yep. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about. I'm not gonna spin the rotors right now, just because I don't want to save the power.
Ship fuel low.
I am aware. I don't have any braking torque on the rotors. That's why they're spinning. Level out a little bit.
Ship fuel low.
Be just within range.
Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low. Ship fuel low.
Oh, I hear you. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Charge, baby. Okay. Yeah, hold on just a second, guys. Okay, so some of the things so we've got a hydrogen issue, obviously, right? We're not getting hydrogen tanks to the hydrogen engines, which I really probably, there's no command for that. That's a little crazy. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off for right now. We also ran out of uranium. I have some uranium that we were able to loot from the Wardelothian, so probably would be a good idea. Some uranium. I don't need that much in there, but I think that is going to be more than enough. We have 5 or 6 small reactors in there. Enough power to keep that stuff going. Let's see. One. Okay, we need to look at this real quick. Reactor There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll go 8 apiece. Yeah. Cancel. Oh, turn them off. Let me turn them off first. I don't want them. Learn to spell. There you go. 8. 8. Should be 9. That's 8. Take it. So we got 11 of them. See how much we got left at the end. Cannot get to these from here. Why not? Are all these blocked off? No. Eight, 5, and 4. Where are they? In the back. Dadgum. But we've got one right there that's not getting anything either. No, that one, I think that one was good. Yeah, that one's good. It's these ones in the back. Ugh. Okay. All right. Okay, before I do anything more with that, I need to, and I have this steel plate in my inventory, I need to lay out some block. This is going to be a work area. Start the perimeters. Again. Weird, IMDC starting stuff like right off the bat. I get all froggy. Okay. Got all that. Let me go ahead and put the uranium back in for right now since it's not actually being used. And we're going to have to figure out those. It's... short. Oh, or not have been good. All right. Okay, so we've got a work area started here. So we're probably going to be building from underground. We're probably going to be working this way. And I want to kind of keep it significant enough that it's not going to mess up the surface. I wonder if I can possibly... because I can't find the blueprint for this. I might end up tearing this one down to work on our guy here. Guys, if you will give me a moment, I'm going about an hour and a half. I'm gonna need a bio break. I'm gonna grab a cup of bean juice. Just give me more time. I really need to put a chair down on the lower level so I don't have to run so far to sit down. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a save there, and it's what do you call it? I will be right back. back. You're hanging in there with me. All right, so just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. We've been going about an hour and a half now. I'm probably maybe in a little less than half an hour. Mom Bear goes on her lunch break. We're gonna wrap up by then, so I can have lunch with her. Then I'm probably gonna be coming back after that, and we'll probably start a new stream, but we'll be in the Let's Make Contact series. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens over there with the mods being added in. So let's take. Let's see. We got our wind turbines built. We've got our helicopter charging. We were able to bring over our surface rover. We could probably work on that a little bit. Yeah, we'll try to do that. Come on. I'm not expecting to do a whole lot of flying, but I would rather have my tanks full. We still have a couple of wreck sites that could be salvaged, especially that Liberty. That Liberty that's a lot of stuff over there. It's part of the reason for wanting to rebuild this surface rover. Get over there. Some large cargo containers on it. Be able to haul more stuff back. I'm really not wanting to waste hydrogen. We have ice underneath us right there that I'm sure we're going to be able to harvest a decent amount of ice there. But you've seen we've got six large hydrogen tanks under there that we want to fill. We've got at least 2 on the Liberty. We'll be pulling whatever hydrogen we can off of these tanks when we go ahead and offload those. So we got some work we're gonna have to get done. So, all right. I really feel like this is the back of the rover. So to just kind of go ahead and work off of, look, there pieces at. So transition base. Okay. We're gonna try to duplicate this design here on this battery. We're gonna throw a connector on here so that it's just a physical reminder that, hey, this is this, you know. Get there. Okay. Just gonna go grab our parts from over here. We're even going to take that connector, because that connector will be the connector for the back. Give me a good starting point. Connector. Go and throw that up there. Oh, we're gonna change this. Fly over here. We're gonna use this connector as the reference color. There we go. I tend to lean toward connectors being yellow anyway. I don't know why. Makes them easy to see. I don't know. Alright, so that's the back. Choose a different one here. Yeah. I have that yellow in my setup there. Two, we can do this. That. These guys. Light armor slope transition. Light armor slope corner base. See, I think these are... There we go. This is... Go. Is that what that is? Tell. That's what that is. Corner base. There we go. Yep, that was it. Okay. Nope, didn't do it the right way. Although that looks good. Wasn't the right one. Which way? Mirrored. Need it mirrored. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sorry. That was so difficult. Honestly, I don't use a lot of those, like, the newer, more detailed blocks. I don't use them very often, so I'm still not terribly familiar with them. That is... Seriously, that is the... That's the ugly truth about it. One thing about finding wrecks salvage is the amount of stuff that is incomplete. You gotta, like, some of the blocks on the inside are the ones that are not finished, and you gotta dig into it, weld them up. Like that guy way back in there. Ugh. Get in there and get that guy. Ooh. All right. That part. This is all. Call it superfluous. There are 2 medium cargo containers there. 2? Yeah, 2. Okay. Got 2 of those. But we need to we need to get real. Get we need some girth. Don't have to do that. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go with a large cargo container from here. I don't have any interior plate. I do not. Kind of curious to see what that IMDC fleet counter looks like. Let's find an interior block I can get some parts off of here. Might be able to get something from these. Yeah, got a little bit of interior plate. Let's get some conveyor. Let's leave that for right now. So here's the problem. I want to get all this crap back here, weld it up. Done. That one. All those are taken care of. Okay. That guy's good. Built that one. Okay, so the back is finished. All right, it's roughly finished. Go. Let's see, 4. Yeah. Wrong thing. I guess the question is, do I want them to go out the side or the back? Or the top, sorry. Sides or the top? Do top. We're going to do a medium. And the reason for that will hopefully become apparent shortly. Wheel placement. Yep. This is going to be a, call it a hoss. It's going to hold some stuff, that's for sure. Hmm. And do some pre-staging here. I think I got wheels, do I? Nope. We'll see. Okay. This is going to be a right-hander. Need to... I can't do that. Hmm. get this thing to sit up. I don't think it's going to be high enough. It's mostly flat. Okay. See what happens.
I'm the one keeping you alive. Maybe you should keep my battery topped up with that in mind.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to throw a chair down here if I can get this. I can just recharge right here. Ooh. All right. So I think at best, oh well, let's say at most, we've got about half an hour before Mom Bear's lunch, if not sooner than that. So I'm going to start kind of preparing to get wrapped up here. But let me go ahead and give you an idea what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Once we get this wheel placed, should be able to do the same thing on the other side. That is my hope. 7. There we go. Oh, the wheel could be placed. You're just being a pain in the butt. That's all. Okay. Go ahead and get that taken care of. Again. I can be so lucky as to place. See if I can get another. There we go, 3. That works. Yep. Not really what I want. Getting there. Starting to even out a little bit. Let's get that wheel. Go. Okay. Like this. Ideally, And this should give us enough stability to be able to do that. Okay. Yeah, we should be good. Yep. We have 2 wheels, right? Yep, 2 wheels. Need that. Let's jump up here. Grab our materials. Since we're looking for specific stuff here, I'm not going to do the grind thing. So it's there, yeah. Okay. I think if we keep it like this, it'll hold the nose up a little higher because the settings are different on this set of wheels than on that set of wheels. Keep it up, we should be able to build out front. It's probably going to be a 6-wheel, but with similar wheel stance on the wheels as this. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a chunky rover, and it's really because I want to be able to, we're going to take this like over to the Liberty, or even over to the other, like Bailey's Folly, that sort of thing, and really work on grinding stuff down and bringing it back. And we can hopefully bring as much back as possible without having to use some of our bigger transports. So go ahead and start working on some of this. Owner, I wish I could have found this in the, really do wish I could have found this in the workshop, but I wasn't able to, so. Otherwise I would have restored this blueprint. Where'd you go? There you are. This one. It's holding something. Isn't holding anything. This isn't holding anything. Nope, wrong side. Nope. It's holding on the connector. Look at these. Let's see. Actually throw this in the back here. Take these. Oh, that'd be funny. Little runabout like that. That would be, I'm sorry, that would be kind of cool. Oh my god, has this thing got anything in it? 98.2%. Now, I know that hydrogen engines don't have a whole lot of hydrogen capacity, but part of me hates to get rid of it, to waste it. So what do we got here? Probably going to go with batteries here. Right? Gee, batteries. We're going to go warfare battery. 2. No, it's not going to match the style. It's certainly not going to be a bad thing. Okay. I don't know which direction I've got this thing going. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference because it's not going to be enough room for the engine anyway, but it's just good to know. Let's go on. Right, anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay. Huh. 2. Mike, Mike. I think we're going to be okay. Go ahead and take it down. I feel like 2. Might be able to work something like that out. 26. Let me get... I'm going to grab some more of this material here. Start gathering some interior stuff. Merchant, defense installation. Okay. You start getting some interior stuff. Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and clear up all this. By doing this, I'll know which ones I've checked. Can't do that yet. That one. That one. And we're just, say, going through here, emptying this stuff, marking it so we don't come back to it. We know it's been gone through. Good. We don't have anything down here. Okay. That. To the top. There. All right. There you go. That's everything. That was weird. I think it almost fell over. It's leaning. Why is it leaning? Huh. Strange. it's leaning now. Shouldn't be. All over. Am I fat? Oh, it's falling to the ground. That's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I'll take it though. Okay. Put this stuff back here. Nope. Actually, I'm going to try to get this going. This morning, more than that, but
The full power bar keeps you very happy while you sleep.
okay. Let's go ahead and grab what we need. We have Space. Day of Spice. So I'm thinking we might be able to put those hydrogen engines on either side. Yep. Like that. Yep. I like it. I think I got an idea there. Alright, well, let's see. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. We're going to continue to work on building this guy out. Got a lot done. Got our wind turbine towers put up. That was great. Demonstrated our Blackhawk. We've got some issues with the Blackhawk we need to take care of. But we've got a landing area and a place for it to recharge. We almost ran out of power coming back. We bought our surface rover project over, and a little bit of a workspace set up over here. Had some great conversation today. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody that stopped by, and thank you for everybody that jumped into chat, and really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for checking out the stream. Thank you for watching the video after the stream's over, if that's what you're doing. And I really appreciate it. If you haven't, and you're so inclined, do me a favor, do all that YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, notify, and, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Got any questions, any of that stuff, gripes, concerns, suggestions, all that kind of stuff. Totally open to it. And come join us again. Like I said, I will probably be going to be joining Mom Bear for lunch here. And then after that, I will probably be coming back, and we will be starting a new stream for our Let's Make Contact series. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a little bit shorter. Again, it was a spontaneous stream, but glad we did it. Met some new people, which is always great. I love that. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. So until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always, always be safe. Remember, close that visor. Don't forget your dampeners. I will see you on the other side.